boys and girls. Sorry, Miss Warren's voice is a little funky today, as I've been doing all that talking. Um, okay, here we go. So yesterday, you and I. Now, y'all, where are my slides? Hold on, just a minute. Let me get myself together. Y'all know I can't get myself together. Here we go. Here we go. Yesterday, you and I started our very first day of writing, like official writing, right? Okay. And by the way, you need your notebook if you don't already have it. We started talking about narrative. Can you say that with me? Narrative writing. And just a reminder, remember, narrative is any writing that feels like a story, just meaning that it has a very solid beginning, a middle, and an end, which means we introduce some characters. In the middle, there's a problem or an issue. In the end, that gets solved. But the main thing that you need to know is that narrative can be stories that are real, nonfiction, or fake fiction. Remember, these stories, they're yours, so they're going to be nonfiction. So, yesterday, we made our chart first times, last times, and turning points. And I asked you to choose just one that you felt you could really think of and remember strongly. Now, in your notebook, boys and girls, you're going to have to really stick with me because this is a video, right? In your notebook, on your writing, the back, the writing table of contents, we're going to do entry number 2. And that is going to say um, story 1. Story 1. Then I want you to flip to page 2, put P2 at the top, and put story 1. Right now, you are going to take that topic that you chose and tell me about it. Now, Miss Warren, what does that look like? So I want you to tell me that story, whichever one you chose, as if it were a dream. Now imagine that dream as a bubble, and imagine yourself walking back into that dream. Imagine yourself literally going into that bubble and pretending that you are back in that exact moment. So we are not going to be writing as if this has already happened. We are going to be writing our story as if it is happening right now. So I've written my story. And if you recall, yesterday I chose the one that was about the first time I taught in a classroom. Oh, Lordy. So that's the one I'm going to be telling you about today. And I want to show you the story that I've written so that it's clear to you. All right, so here's my story. Are you ready? So it says, "It is my first day in the classroom." Now notice this word is. We use that word when we're trying to show something is happening right now. Okay. Now, even though today was not the day that was my first day in the classroom, remember I went back in the bubble and pretended it is happening now. So I'm imagining this as if it's happening now. It is my first day in the classroom, and they are all looking at me. I feel a trickle of sweat drop down my eyebrow. Now, this is a good sentence because when you are writing as if something's happening right now, one thing that you can do is talk about in that moment, what are you thinking? In that moment, what are you feeling? Remember, all of that you're pretending as if it's happening right now. I clench my green podium, hoping it will keep me standing upright. Suddenly, a student says, "Miss Horn, what are we going to do today?" And so you might even want to pretend in your story, guys, like you are talking to another person in your story. Or maybe you're in your story talking to yourself, like your own thought, and another person cuts you off, kind of like this. This snaps me back to reality. And I promptly respond to him that we are going to start building a family today. Out of nowhere, I see something fly across the room. It's a book. Wait a minute. Now it's scissors. I scan the room to see who seems to be tossing things about, and I notice it's Connor with a maniacal look on his face. Maniacal means like um, wild, crazy. I knew he could smell the fear on me. And guess what, Miss Horn? Made a mistake. I used a verb that is past tense. So I need to change this to I know he can smell the fear on me. So I changed it to happening right now. I messed up. Then again, I see three glue sticks to- um, are tossed about. I yell at Connor. Someone is being very disrespectful. I see him proudly stand on top of his desk to yell, "It's me!" at a thunderous volume. Finally, I take a deep breath and smile, knowing I'm going to end up loving Connor. And I did. Now, in just a minute, when I say go, I would like you to find your independent reading spot, except this time, you're not going to be reading in that spot. You're going to be writing. Now, when you go to that spot, I want you to remember a couple things. The first thing is spelling. Don't worry about it. Do not ask. Do not ask, how do I spell this? Because that's going to hold you back from writing. We're going to figure that out, but that's for another day. For today, all I want you to do is to write feverishly. Write, 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 write. Don't forget to pretend that you're in that moment. Um, the same rules apply to your spot as they do when you're reading. We are not getting up and down. We are not talking. Once the music is on, you're focused. Miss Malcolm is going to give you 10 minutes to write. And she's going to come to each of you, okay, as you need it. So, happy writing. And I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes. Now, actually, I'll say that part. All right, that's all from Miss Horn.